Golf. It's called a gentleman's game, right? A sport supposedly built on a foundation of honor, integrity, and respect. But what happens when all of that gets tossed out the window? We're counting down the moments where sportsmanship wasn't just forgotten. It was thrown in a bunker and lit on fire. These are some of the most shocking displays in the history of professional golf. From wild outbursts to blatant disrespect, get ready, because this is a side of the sport you were never meant to see. Starting with number 10, Woody Austin versus his own head. Kicking off our list is a moment of self-inflicted madness that's as bizarre as it is unsportsmanlike. Woody Austin, a guy known for his fiery temper, gave us an image nobody will ever forget at the 1997 Verizon Heritage. After missing a frustrating putt, Austin didn't just sigh or curse under his breath. Nope, he took his putter and started repeatedly whacking himself over the head with it, so hard that he actually bent the shaft. It was a shocking display of a player completely losing his cool and turning his equipment into a weapon against himself. While you might find a little dark humor in it, the act was a total violation of the game's decorum and cemented Austin's reputation as one of the tour's most volatile players. Number 9. Henrik Stenson, the club snapper. They call Henrik Stenson the Iceman, but every now and then, the Iceman melts in spectacular fashion. The powerful Swede has a long history of taking his frustrations out on his clubs. During the 2011 US Open, he famously snapped a club in anger. But his most legendary club-breaking moment came at the 2014 Open Championship. After a bad shot, he calmly and deliberately snapped a wedge clean over his knee. This wasn't a sudden flash of rage. It felt like a calculated execution. Commentators were stunned. Destroying your equipment is a major breach of etiquette that sends a terrible message to young golfers and shows zero respect for the tools of your trade. For Stenson, it's become a bit of a calling card he probably wishes would just go away. Number 8. Rory Sabatini's constant confrontations. Rory Sabatini has practically built a career on being one of the tour's most abrasive figures. He's been involved in countless incidents, but a couple stand out for their pure lack of sportsmanship. In 2005, fed up with Ben Crane's slow play, Sabatini just finished a hole and walked off to the next tee, leaving Crane behind, a huge no-no in golf etiquette. Then he ramped it up in 2011. First, he tore into a teenage volunteer who he thought had moved his ball. He was wrong. Later that year, at the Zurich Classic, he got into a nasty, curse-filled argument with his own playing partner, Sean O'Hare. It reportedly got so heated that O'Hare's caddy had to step in to keep them apart. The PGA Tour likely slapped him with a fine for this pattern of disrespect toward volunteers, the rules, and his fellow pros. Number 7. Justin Thomas and the hot mic. In the modern world of sports, every single word can be caught on a microphone. For Justin Thomas, a moment of private frustration turned into a very public nightmare. During the 2021 Century Tournament of Champions, after missing a simple 5-foot putt, a hot mic caught Thomas muttering a homophobic slur to himself. The comment blew up on social media almost instantly. The backlash was fast and furious. After his round, Thomas gave a heartfelt apology. "It's inexcusable," he said. "I'm a grown man. There's absolutely no reason for me to say anything like that. It's terrible. I'm extremely embarrassed." The incident cost him a major sponsorship and served as a cold reminder that even words spoken in anger, not meant for anyone else to hear, can carry a massive weight. Number 6. Tyrrell Hatton's endless rage. Few golfers wear their emotions on their sleeve quite like England's Tyrrell Hatton. Passion is one thing, but Hatton often crosses the line straight into pure, unfiltered rage. His career is basically a highlight reel of thrown clubs, sarcastic remarks, and audible F-bombs. He's punched his putter, screamed at himself, and glared at anything that looks at him wrong. One of his most memorable meltdowns was at the PGA Championship, where his frustration boiled over into an X-rated rant that the microphones picked up loud and clear. He later admitted it wasn't his finest moment. Sky Sports commentator Ewan Murray once even called him a terrible influence. Hatton's constant anger, while maybe a little entertaining for us at home, shows a persistent disrespect for the composure the game demands. Number 5. John Daly's Tin Cup moment. Wild thing, John Daly has always played by his own rules. But at the 1998 Arnold Palmer Invitational, he had a meltdown that felt like something straight out of a movie. On the par 5-6 hole at Bay Hill, which has a massive water carry, Daly's round completely fell apart. His first drive went into the lake. Then, with a 3-wood, he hit 5 more shots right into the water. 6 balls, all wet. He finally got his 7th attempt over the water, only to land it in a bunker. He walked off that green with a score of 18. 18, on a single hole. In a classic daily quote afterward, he told reporters, "The pressure was on because I only had one new golf ball left." It was a stunning display of a player letting his ego completely take over, almost making a mockery of the whole tournament. Number 4. Patrick Reed's caddy shoves a fan. Patrick Reed seems to attract controversy, but things really boiled over at the 2019 President's Cup in Australia. Reed was getting heckled non-stop by the Aussie fans, mostly because he'd been penalized for improving his lie in a bunker the week before. The taunts were getting ugly. After Reed lost his third straight match, his caddy, who is also his brother-in-law, Kessler Karain, finally snapped. As they were driving away, a fan got too close and yelled an expletive at Reed. Karain hopped off the cart, got in the fan's face, shoved him, and they exchanged words. Karain later said his job is to protect his player, and the fan crossed the line. The PGA Tour didn't see it that way and banned him from caddying in the final day's matches. A caddy's loyalty is one thing, but putting your hands on a fan is a line you just can't cross. Number 3. Sergio Garcia spits in the cup. This one is just plain disgusting. Sergio Garcia, another player with a long history of meltdowns, committed one of golf's most infamous acts of disrespect at a 2007 tournament. After missing a short putt on the 13th hole, a furious Sergio walked up to the hole, bent over, and spit directly into the cup. The whole thing was caught on live TV, and the reaction was universal disgust. Commentators were horrified. Fellow players couldn't believe it. When asked about it, Garcia was totally dismissive, saying it was no big deal. His excuse did nothing to help. It was a childish, unhygienic, and deeply unsportsmanlike act that has followed him ever since. Spitting on the green is bad enough, but spitting in the actual target of the game? That's in a league of its own. Number 2. The 1999 Ryder Cup celebration. The Ryder Cup is all about passion, but at the 1999 Battle of Brookline, the American team took it way too far. It all went down on the 17th green during a huge match between Justin Leonard and Jose Maria Olazabal. Leonard had a monster 45-foot putt for birdie. If he sank it, the U.S. would all but clinch the cup. And unbelievably, he drained it. What happened next is one of the most controversial moments in golf history. Before Olazabal even had a chance to try his own putt to tie the hole, the entire U.S. team, their wives, and caddies stormed the green in a wild celebration. They ran directly across Olazabal's putting line, trampling all over the area around his ball. It was a total breakdown of golf etiquette. Olazabal had to stand there and wait for the chaos to die down before he could putt, which he then missed. The European team was furious, seeing it as a complete lack of respect. The U.S. team later apologized, but the moment left a permanent stain on their victory. So before we get to our number 1 most disgraceful moment, what do you think? Which of these moments shocked you the most? Are there any big ones we missed? Let us know down in the comments. And if you're enjoying this look into golf's dark side, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss what's next. Number 1. Phil Mickelson intentionally hits a moving ball. At the top of our list is a moment that wasn't about losing your temper. This was a calculated, deliberate defiance of the rules and the spirit of golf, done by one of its biggest stars on the biggest stage. The scene, the 2018 U.S. Open at Shinnecock Hills on Phil Mickelson's 48th birthday. On the 13th hole, Mickelson hit a bogey putt that slid past the cup and started rolling down a steep slope, clearly headed off the green. Instead of just letting it happen, Phil did the unthinkable. He jogged after his still-moving ball and hit it again back towards the hole. It was a blatant violation of Rule 14-5, which says you cannot strike a moving ball. Everyone watching was stunned, but what made it truly unbelievable was what Phil said afterward. He admitted he did it on purpose. He said he knew it was a 2-stroke penalty and that he'd rather take the penalty than watch his ball roll all over the place. Many people argued he should have been disqualified. Golf. It's called a gentleman's game, right? A sport supposedly built on a foundation of honor, integrity, and respect. But what happens when all of that gets tossed out the window? We're counting down the moments where sportsmanship wasn't just forgotten, it was thrown in a bunker and lit on fire. These are some of the most shocking displays in the history of professional golf.